Lever Brothers, makers of Rinso and Lux Toilet Soap, present Australia's Amateur Hour, programme number 920. 60 minutes of entertainment with the amateurs of Australia, broadcast through 55 stations covering the continent and through Radio Australia to the Pacific countries and the world. And here is the director of Australia's Amateur Hour, Mr. Harry Dearth.
Thank you, George Stevenson, and how do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is the last competitive show in Australia's Amateur Hour. After tonight, we go on to the 5th and 6th semi-finals, which will be followed by the grand final of the Lever £1,000 award, broadcast from Sydney on November 6th. Our programme tonight originates from Albury on the New South Wales-Victorian border through 2AY. Albury is the centre of a fast-growing tourist area which includes the Hume Weir, whose capacity has recently been increased to 2 million acre-feet, or 3.5 times larger than Sydney Harbour. The Weir's main value, of course, is power and irrigation, but it also makes an ideal setting for yachting, water skiing and fishing. The new Alpine Way, linking the southern Riverina with the Snowy Mountains, will give access to Australia's best skiing country. An indication of the tremendous part wool plays in the economy is shown in sales figures from 1950 to 1958, which grossed just on £100 million at an average of £92.11 and 6 a bale. 3 Albury wool brokers between them have floor space the equivalent of 2.5 city blocks, and the district's income for wool, butter, sheep and cattle, etc., last year totaled £20 million. This is truly a wonderful country. Well, now we have the pleasure of presenting to you some of its excellent talent. And here's our first act tonight. It's Elaine Jeffries, a 16-year-old soprano. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her to Australia's Amateur Hour, will you? Now, Elaine, are you a local girl?
Yes, Mr. Dear, but I originally came from Melbourne when I was 4 years old.
Oh, I see. Well, you're a very attractive young lady, and you'll always be that way if you continue using Lux Toilet Soap. There's a gift pack in gold foil for you with the compliments of Lever Brothers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dear.
You still at school, lass?
Yes, Mr. Dear, I'm doing 5th year this year at the Albury High School with my leaving certificate.
That's a pretty difficult year, eh?
You can say that again.
All right, I will. For all the 16-year-olders doing their leaving, it's a very difficult year. Do you think you'll do all right, lass?
Well, not at the moment, but I'll need a lot of work, and I think I should if I do that.
All right. What about your singing, Elaine? Any training?
No, not yet, but our school music teacher has been doing a lot to help me, teaching me songs, etc.
Well, are you going to have training later on?
I hope to next year to go to Melbourne to the conservatorium.
Mm-hmm. Now, what sort of a career do you have in mind, Elaine?
Well, Dad did want me to go in for medicine at the university, but by the look of my exam report, I don't think so. Especially when I get 19 for chemistry. 19? Good
heavens, yes. You better work hard, eh? Tell me, have you taken part in any of the local shows, Elaine?
Yes, I have been asked to sing at CWA meeting and Jubilee of the P&C to break the monotony of speeches.
Oh, I think they might like to hear your voice too, you know. Tell me, you're really very busy. Do you get time for any hobbies or anything like that?
Well, not really. I don't have time because I'm doing 7th grade piano.
As well, eh?
Yes.
Gee, you're a busy girl. Well, no hobbies at all?
Oh, I knit madly and make Christmas presents.
Well, what'd you make for Dad last Christmas?
Oh, I cheated. I gave him a box of handkerchiefs.
Why?
Well, I'd been using his all year, so it's about time I gave him some.
Well, it's a very nice thought. He was probably like me, haven't had a handkerchief of my own for years. What are you going to sing, Elaine?
Over the Mountains. It's an old English melody, and the words are taken from Percy's Relics.
Ah, very nice indeed. Here's 16-year-old soprano Elaine Jeffries from Albury with Over the Mountain. Elaine is number 1 on Australia's Amateur Hour.
Over the mountains and over the waves, under the mountains and under the graves, under clouds that are deepest which Neptune obey, over rocks that are steepest love will find out a way. Where there is no place for the glowworm place for his seat overfly, where the maid dare not venture, lest herself fast she lay. If love come, he will enter, and will find out a way. Some think to lose him or have him confined. Some do suppose him for thing to be blind. But if ne'er so close ye wall him, do the best that ye may. Blind love, if so ye call him, soon will find out his way. You may train the eagle to stoop to your fist, or you may inveigle the phoenix of the east. Or lioness, you may move her to get on her prey, but you'll ne'er stop a lover. Love will find out a way.
Thank you, Elaine Jeffrey. That was very prettily sung indeed. That's a lovely voice, most attractive. Elaine Jeffries was #1 tonight on Australia's Amateur Hour, broadcast from Albury.
Over 1 million Australian housewives are passing on this good idea.
Buy 2 packets of Rinso at a time, one for the laundry and another for the washing up.
Rinso goes to work so fast, the dishwashing's done in no time. Your hands are out of hot water so much sooner.
And Rinso's richer, softer suds are so kind to your hands. Keep them soft and smooth always.
Every housewife knows you can't get dishes really clean without lots of active suds. And Rinso gives you far more suds for your money.
They're hard-working suds, too. Rinso suds dissolve grease instantly. Leave your whole wash-up not just soap and water clean, but hygienically clean.
You'll see all your tableware shine like new.
You'll be proud to serve meals on your dazzling Rinso wash dishes.
You'll be glad you put Rinso in the kitchen. It's so kind to your hands and so great for your dishes.
When you're buying Rinso, here's what you should do. Get 1 packet for the tub and 1 for the kitchen too.
And now at 2AY microphone, here's #2 on the bill. It's Barry Haberman on piano accordion. What's your job, Barry?
I'm a typewriter mechanic, Mr. Dear. I work at the Melbourne Typewriter Company.
Been there long?
I've worked there since I left school last year after the intermediate.
Oh, I see. Were you sorry to leave school?
No fear, it was terrible.
Why was it terrible, Barry?
Well, some people, cigars don't agree with some people. That's just how school was with me.
Made you really sick, huh?
Terrible.
Tell me, as a typewriter mechanic, can you type, Barry?
Oh, with 2 fingers.
Oh, no. A
Yes.
two-finger typist.
Yes, I learned the one thing. I learned something like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and then when I have to do a demonstration, they really think I'm smart because I can do that fast and nothing else.
You're a good boy. What about music? Have you done any shows, Barry?
Oh, I did one recently in Corowa with Mr. Norm Azai and Mr. Kidd, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Kidd of 2AY.
That's right.
What's he do?
He sings when you can kid him into it.
No kidding, huh? Tell me, you been in any competitions apart from this?
Oh, I was in the Iceberg Talent Quest recently, but I only got into the finals last year. I managed to win it, but this year I didn't do so well.
I see. You haven't been practicing. That's the trouble, eh?
Oh, I'm doing more now, I think, than I did when I was at school.
Have you thought you might be doing it with 2 fingers now instead of using them all? Might be the typewriter practice, you know? What about sports, Barry?
Oh, I'm a member of the Albury Swimming Club, and takes up a good deal of my time through the summer.
Mm-hmm. Haven't discovered girls yet?
Yes, they've gone.
What, already?
Already. I have to bank my money.
Well, it's a good place to have it when you change your mind about girls, and there you will, you know, later on. All right, there's your mighty Rinso, Barry. Let's have your act, eh? This is 16 years old Albury piano accordionist Barry Haberman. He's #2, and he plays Under the Double Eagle. Well done. Very good, Barry. Nice performance there of Under the Double Eagle by piano accordionist from Albury. Barry Haberman was the artist, and he was number 2 on Australia's Amateur Hour. I remind you that the 5th semi-final for the Lever £1,000 award will be broadcast from Brunswick Town Hall in Melbourne next Thursday. This will be one of the outstanding programmes of the year, from which the top voting act will receive £100 and qualify for an appearance in the grand final to be broadcast from Sydney November 6th. Well, now may I introduce baritone John Davis as act number 3 on our Albury bill tonight. What's your job here, John?
I'm travel officer at Dalgety & Co., Mr. Dear.
You're a married man?
No fear, I'm single. I haven't got time for girls at all, I'm afraid. I'm too busy with musical events here in Albury and also abroad in other centres.
What are you mainly interested in, John?
Well, there are so many things, it's hard to say what the main interest is, really. There's Eisteddfods every year, 4 or 5 Eisteddfods, and operas, and concerts, and ABC broadcasts, and so on and so forth.
That's a pretty busy program you've mapped out. Who are you studying with?
Madame Saviscus of Albury. She's really a magnificent teacher. I've been with her for 3.5 years, and the progress I've made in that time is really good.
That's very good. Any opera work and that sort of thing?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Madame Saviscus is also a, well, you could call her an operatic producer. She runs a studio opera group, and each year we produce 1 or 2 operas, ranging from Mozart to Lehar, and this year we're doing 2 Menotti operas, Armand and the Night Visitors and The Medium.
Oh, very good indeed. That's a really ambitious program.
Well, it may seem so, but it's really surprising the standard that is achieved, because Madame Saviscus works so hard herself and drives us so hard, really. I hope she doesn't take offence at that. She's here in the audience tonight.
Well, it's the only way to get along, though, isn't it, by really hard work?
Oh,
do you get good support from the district?
Yes, we do, particularly in the lighter stuff, such as Merry Widow, that type of thing, Lehar, and Student Prince, which we did last year. That was very well received.
Good.
But it is also surprising to see the appreciation it is given towards the modern opera. For instance, the year before last we did Menotti's The Consul, and the standard was so high that people remarked it was by far the best that we ever did, and it ranked with the professional production.
Oh, very good indeed. Well, that's really fine. You're very hard workers and you deserve your success. What's your song for us tonight, John?
I'd like to do a nice old song by Carrie Jacobs Bond, Just a Weary 'Un for You.
Lovely song too. Just a Weary 'Un for You was sung by baritone John Davis. He's number 3 from Albury.
Just a weary for you, all the time I feelin' blue, wishing for you, wondering when you'll be coming home again. Restless, don't know what to do, just a wearying for you. Morning comes, the birds awake, used to sing so for your sake, but there's sadness in the notes that come trilling from their throats. Seem to feel your absence too, just a wearying for you. Evening comes, I miss you more, when the dark looms round the door. Seems just like you ought to be there to open it for me. Latch goes tinklen thrills me through, sets me weary for you.
Well done, John Davis. Thank you very much. That's a very beautiful song by Carrie Jacobs Bond. Well sung there by Albury baritone John Davis. He was number 3 tonight on Australia's Amateur. Listen to Our Voice Without a Name. This could lead you to a big surprise.
Hello, Australia. I'm so glad to hear that now you can buy the all-new Lux toilet soap, too.
That was the new Lux Mystery Star.
Name her and win a holiday for 2 in tropical Fiji.
It's a luxury holiday with all expenses paid, £100 to spend, and a return flight with Pan American.
5 other lucky people win special prizes of £100 each. You've heard her voice. Now look for her picture in the all-new Lux advertisements in women's magazines and newspapers.
Get entry forms with full details of the Lux Mystery Star contest tomorrow. Now, here's her voice again.
You'll never find a beauty soap to match the purity of new Lux.
Who is she? Get entry forms wherever you buy all new Lux, now in all stores. Number 4, Dobra Murray, Western vocalist with guitar. You live in Corro, is it?
That's right, Terry, yes.
Whereabouts? That's how far from here?
Oh, I'll be about 35 miles down from here, Terry.
I see. You born there?
No, I was born in Camden, up near Sydney.
I see. And what are you doing in Corro, Dobra?
I'm a barman at the Corroa Hotel.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Tell me, your name Murray, is that just a coincidence that you're working around the Murray?
It is, actually, Terry, yes. I know myself out because we're like more or less right on the border.
Oh, I see. What's your real name?
Ron Freeburn.
Oh. We're getting more confused than ever. Where's the Dobra come from, then?
Well, Terry, I had a guitar there some years back called a Dobro. So I changed the O to an A and called myself Dobra.
And Freeburn to Murray, and there you are.
Yes, that's right.
What a mess. Well, listen to this song you're doing tonight. It's called What Irish Stew and Marmalade Jam.
Yes, Terry, that's a number I composed myself while I was doing my national service training in Puckapunyal.
Gee, they must have given you terrible treatment. You mean they fed you on that?
Oh, sometimes.
Gee, eh? Why the title, though? I think it might just happen to take on?
Well, it's something unusual, Terry.
You're not kidding. Heavens, Irish stew and marmalade jam. Well, the pub with no beer, of course, took on. That's in the million-copy class. You might find this the same way.
We hope so, Terry.
Well, how does yours go, Dobra? What's some of the words of it now?
Oh, well, the chorus goes, Irish stew and marmalade jam, we all get our quota and the plates there to hand. Why they did it to us, I can't understand, to build up our muscles on marmalade jam.
Well, sounds really good. Well, let's have some, eh? There's some mighty rinso for you, Dobra. Let's have this shocking combination of yours of Irish stew and marmalade jam, eh?
Good, Terry.
It's his own combination sung by Dobra Murray, a Western vocalist with guitar. He's act number 4.
You people have heard of the army, I'm sure. It's to protect our country just in case of war. But when I done my training, there was never a lull as I went through my shows at Puckapunyal. Out on a bivouac learning to fight, with only our ground sheets to keep out the night. Up early each morning doing our drill, then we line up for breakfast to all eat our fill. On Irish stew and marmalade jam, we all got our quota on the plates there to hand. Why they did it to us, I can't understand, to build up our muscles on marmalade jam. Now one of my mates from a tent just close by. There wasn't a thing that he wouldn't try. He went down to the cookhouse and asked for some ham, but he got Irish stew and marmalade jam. Out in the middle of the big parade ground, with brass hats and sergeants and dust flying round. To add to this drudgery, red tape and strife, you think of home cooking and your darling wife. Oh, Irish stew and marmalade jam, we all got our quota on the plates there to hand. Why they did it to us, I can't understand, to torture us Aussies on marmalade jam.
Very good indeed, Dobra Murray. That's a good boy. His own composition, a very novel one too. Well, the old Chad Morgan, that one. The little number is called Irish Stew and Marmalade Jam. Should go very well indeed. Dobra Murray was the artist, and he was number 4 in Australia's Amateur Hour. Remember now, your voting number, ladies and gentlemen, in Albury. Call us at 289 if you're listening here, will you? In Albury, 289. In Sydney at BO 230. Your mail votes can be sent to us, not more than 100 original signatures to an envelope addressed Australia's Amateur Hour, Sydney. Well, now, from Albury on the Victoria-New South Wales border, we present as act number 5 an impressionist, Rosalie Kent. A very charming lass and a Lux girl, I'm sure. Here's a gift pack of new Lux for you with the compliments of Lever Brothers. Rosalie.
Thank you, Mr. Dear.
How did you start in as an impressionist, lass?
Well, I started off really by taking singing lessons. And I had about 6 months training, and I just mastered the art of breathing, and I branched out into impersonations, and so my singing teacher gave me away in disgust.
How did you start to impersonate?
Betty Hutton. That's why she was disgusted.
And from then?
And then I took up various other impersonations of different film stars, Gracie Fields and Rose Murphy and Virginia O'Brien, Johnny Ray.
Johnny Ray too, eh? And they proved pretty popular, did they?
Oh yes, they are pretty popular, I think.
What shows have you done?
Well, I joined a concert party called the Aussie Dinkums, and we toured around as concert parties do. We showed in hospitals and different charity shows.
You had a pretty big tour for the Deaf Kiddies too, didn't you?
Yes, I toured with the School for Deaf Children concert party. They tour the whole of Victoria and raise money for that school. And they go out for 9 weeks at a time, and in that 9 weeks they show in 54 different towns.
Do they really? Gee,
and then they go back to Melbourne for a week and out again for another 9 weeks.
That's a strenuous tour, right, isn't it?
My word.
But a very good cause indeed. All right, lass, well, you've got your series of impressions all ready for us?
I have,
I think we'll have them if you're ready now, eh? As act number 5, this is impressionist Rosalie Kent.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present for you the 7 vocal ages of woman. We'll commence when she makes her vocal debut at a very tender age. And then we have the howling schoolgirl, and our particular one has her heart set on becoming a television star, and she probably will too when she gets her second teeth. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. A few years later, she's still the same sweet kid, only faster and louder. Oh, sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little sugar and love me all the time. Oh, honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time. I said it was louder. By the time our heroine is 20, she has become vocally streamlined, preferring, shall we say, the more classical type of singing, and so she exchanges her hey boppery bop for a hey nonny no.
supper and his nuts. With the hay and the hoo and the hay nanny no, the green cornfields get a horse. Breath. In the spring time, in the spring time. In the spring time, the only pretty ring time, when the birds do sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding. Wait for it. Sweet
Well, then we have the inevitable concert party, in which she's been getting loads of experience in how to cheer up the armed forces. And that's how she comes up against an irresistible force in the shape of a man. And of course he can sing too, and so they combine their vocal talents thus.
What is it love and love alone the world is seeking? What is love and love alone that can repay? And all of living, for it is a love alone that rules.
This association naturally leads to matrimony. And after surviving years of domesticity, we find we have Grandmama, and she's still singing duets with Grandpapa. Darling, I am growing old.
See that red among the gold.
Shine upon my brow today. Life is fading almost away.
It's a nice original number again there from impressionist Rosalie Kent. Her own idea entirely, and a very good one indeed of the 7 vocal aids as a woman, and Rosalie was number 5 on Australia's Amateur Hour from Albury.
For the whitest whites you've ever seen, put Rinso in your carpet or your washing machine. Because it's brighter than brand new, use Rinso, Rinso too.
Get a load of those suds.
If every housewife who uses Rinso sang the praises of those richer, softer suds, we'd have a chorus of more than 3 million voices.
Rinso puts brand new brightness into all your wash. White clothes are whiter when they're Rinso clean. Rinso brings up colors again and again without taking the life out of the clothes.
Rinso is best for your washing and your washing machine.
Rinso is the only product recommended by the makers of all leading washing machines. They know that Rinso's richer, softer suds give your washer the gentle care it deserves.
Many washing machine makers actually include a packet of Rinso right in with the delivery of a new machine. That's their way of telling you Rinso and your washing machine make the perfect wash day team.
Take a tip from leading washing machine makers like Hot Point, Simpson, and Malleys, to name just 3. They suggest you wash with Rinso and only Rinso.
You'll get far more suds for your money, and you don't pay fancy prices for Rinso.
And now here's our first voting call.
Leading the voting at this stage, soprano Elaine Jeffries, number 1 on the bill, first with 426 votes. Elaine is followed by act number 2, piano accordionist Barry Haberman, second with 305 votes. Then comes baritone John Davis, number 3 on the bill, third in the voting with 217. Whilst Western vocalist with guitar Dobra Murray, number 4 on the bill, has already polled 96 votes.
Thank you if you've not already shown your appreciation of the very wonderful entertainment these talented amateurs are providing for you. Why not give us a call right? Awarded £10, 100 and another £1,000 for the best act of the year. So phone through for your favourite in tonight's programme, 289 in Albury or BO 230 in Sydney, or send mail votes to Australia's Amateur Hour, Sydney. And now through 2AY Albury in New South Wales, we'll bring you Nancy Watkins, popular pianist, ladies and gentlemen. that Mrs. Nancy Watkins?
That's Mrs. Nancy Watkins, Mr.
I
Deere.
see. You have a
I'm
family?
married and I have 3 children. Julie is 5, and Brian is 4, and Karen is 1.
Hey, good Lux children?
Oh, my word.
That's the kids. Good for them. Take this gift pack of new Lux home to them, will you?
Thank you, Mr.
Compliments.
Deere. Thank you.
And you're from Culcairn, Nancy,
Yes,
is that
I'm
right?
from Culcairn. My husband's on the railway. He's assistant station master.
Where's
we were
Culcairn
transferred.
exactly?
Culcairn is 32 miles north on the Wagga Road.
I see.
We were transferred down from Newcastle to here.
And is there much opportunity for entertainment in Culcairn?
Oh, yes, there's quite a bit. Recently, we've been running a series of talent quests for the hospital.
Yeah.
And I've been acting as a accompanist for anyone who hasn't got another accompanist.
That's good. Have the quest been successful?
Oh, yes, my word, highly successful. And their aim was £500, and I'm sure that they'll make
Got
it.
it, eh?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
really grand. That's wonderful. And I suppose you found moving into Culcairn that to be a pianist is a pretty good
Well,
thing.
it helps one make friends and get contacts, and we
Very
find that it's
helpful.
quite good, yes.
Is your husband interested in music, Nancy?
Oh, well, he doesn't play anything himself, but I did hear him playing chopsticks, and he's
He's
quite
progressing
accomplished
very
at that. I taught him all he knows.
What have you chosen for us tonight, Nancy?
I'm going to play a selection from Call Me Madam, Mr.
That's
Deere.
really good. Let's have it, eh?
Thank you.
It's played by popular pianist Nancy Watkins. She's number 6 on Australia's Amateur Hour from Albury. And as a popular pianist, she plays a selection from Call Me Madam. much, Nancy Watkins, for a very nice interpretation of Call Me Madam. Very easy flowing style there. Very good. Popular pianist Nancy Watkins was number 6 tonight on Australia's Amateur Hour. Now let's meet Charles Dawson. He's number 7 from Albury Civic Theatre. Our broadcast tonight. You're an Albury man, Charles?
Not actually, Mr. Dear. I come from Lamington, out on the border, North Albury.
Oh, I see. It's only a couple of miles out from Albury, isn't it?
Yes.
And what's your job in Lavington, Charles?
I'm a builder, Mr. Dear.
I see. Well, you're a pretty busy man if you're a builder, and there's a busy man's friend, Mighty Rinso, with the compliments of Lever Brothers.
Thank you very much.
You're learning singing, Charles?
Yes, I am learning singing, Mr. Dear, from Madame Serviscus.
I see. And have you done any stage work?
Well, yes, concert work, one opera. I played in one opera, Gypsy Love.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Why not, Charles?
Purely because it makes me nervous. I don't know why.
Well, that's a fair enough reason.
Well, I can get up and sing a recital, 25 songs, and it doesn't worry me at all. But opera work, I don't know what it is.
Well, it's one of those things. It's best thing to stick to the things you do well, eh? And what type of concert you've been doing? What sort of recitals and that sort of thing?
Irish ballads.
Yeah?
Scottish ballads. An odd English ballad. But mainly Irish ballads.
I see. And what have you got for us tonight, Charles?
Well, I'd like to sing an Irish ballad, Doona, by Josephine McGill.
Ah, it's a very lovely old song, too. May we have it now? Sung by tenor Charles Dawson, number 7 on our show tonight. Here is Doona.
When I was a little lad with folly on my hips, fain was I for journeying all the seas in ships. But now across the southern swell every dawn I hear the little streams of Doona running clear. The little streams of Doona running clear. When I was a young man, before my beard was grey, all to ships and sailormen I gave my heart away. But I'm weary of the sea wind, I'm weary of the foam, and the little stars of Doona call me home. The little stars of Doona call me home. The little stars of Doona call me home.
Voice for you from Charles Dawson. Beautiful phrasing in his singing there, too. Lovely quality and lyric tenor. Charles Dawson as number 7 tonight on Australia's Amateur Hour.
This month, 2 brand new Healing Thor Automagic washers are to be won.
2 lucky people will have them free. Healing Thor Automagic washers. The world's greatest washing machine value at 129 guineas each.
The washer that's famous in 69 countries.
Washes, rinses, and spin dries your clothes in no time.
Now here's what you do to win a Healing Thor Automagic washer. Write immediately to Why I Need a Washing Machine, Box 4100, GPO, Sydney. If the judges consider that your home is most in need of a washing machine, you'll receive one of this month's 2 free washers.
Plus a year's supply of Rinso.
Each month, in association with leading washing machine manufacturers who all recommend that you wash with Rinso and only Rinso, we give away 2 brand new washers absolutely free.
Healing Thor automatic washers this month, and Healing Thor, like many leading washing machine makers, actually include a packet of Rinso right in with each new machine they deliver.
That's their way of telling you that Rinso's richer, softer suds give your washer the gentle care it deserves.
Rinso gives you far more suds for your money, too. There are no fancy prices to pay for Rinso.
Be listening 2 weeks from tonight. We'll announce the winner of the first of this month's 2 Healing Thor Automagic washers.
Write to Why I Need a Washing Machine, Box 4100, GPO Sydney. And your letter may come up the winner of a Healing Thor Automagic washer,
Plus a year's supply of Rinso.
Ron and Una Hunter, popular vocal duo with guitar, now coming on stage as number 8 in the bill. You're in business here, Ron?
That's right, Mr. Dear. Strange to say I'm a blind man.
You are? Where?
With Mates Limited.
Oh, I see.
Albury.
Phoenician man, huh?
That is so.
Uh-huh. And what about you, Mrs. Hunter?
Well, I'm a housewife and I have 3 children. Rhonda 6, Terry 4.5, and Christopher 2.5.
I'll tell you what, that cold weather's hanging on, you know, and the best way for your family to avoid colds is always have Bonington's Irish Moss on hand. There's a bottle to take home with you, hey?
Thank you very much.
For the kids, they'll thank you for it later on, too. And what singing have you done together, Una?
Oh, not very much together, Mr. Dear. Ron has done quite a lot of solo work.
What type of work, Ron?
Well, quite a bit of radio work down in the northeast of Victoria, in the 3SR Harmony Trail.
Ah, yes, that's got a very big audience, that show, hasn't it?
Yes, that's right.
It's a very good show indeed, too. And have you had any training, Ron?
None whatever, Mr. Dear.
I see. Any compositions to your credit?
I did quite a few compositions of my own, but well, that's as far as I've gone.
Nothing like Irish stew and marmalade jam or anything like that, eh?
Not yet, no.
What sort of songs do you sing?
Oh, we do mostly hillbilly stuff, and we like a few pop numbers and a little bit of rock and roll.
Somebody tells me you're going on holidays pretty soon. Is that right, Una?
Well, we're leaving immediately after the show for Byron Bay, as a matter of fact.
Are you really? Ah, gee, you're lucky. It's a long trip. Why just straight after the show?
Well, we feel we'd like to get every minute we can.
Well, that's a good idea. Taking the kiddies, too?
My word.
Well, it sounds a lovely trip, and I do hope the weather's wonderful for you, too.
Thank you very much.
All right, now, what's your number?
Have I told you lately that I love you?
No, but it's not a bad idea. But from the moment your husband's with you, so away you go there. Hey, it's sung by act number 8. It's Ron and Una Hunter, a vocal duo with Ron on guitar.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Could I tell you once again somehow? Have I told with all my heart and soul how I adore you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Dear, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately how I miss you? When the stars are shining in the sky. Have I told you why the night's so long when you're not with me? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Dear, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. Have I told you lately when I'm sleeping? Every dream I dream is you somehow. Have I told you who I'd like to share my love forever? Well, darling, I'm telling you now. This heart would break in two if you refuse me. I'm no good without you anyhow. Dear, have I told you lately that I love you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now.
That's a very good song. A well sung too, and a happy holiday to you kids too. I hope you have a wonderful time. That was Ron and Una Hunter, vocal duo and guitar. The number, of course, was Have I Told You Lately That I Love You, and they were number 8 on Australia's Amateur Hour.
1,000 dishes. 2,000 dishes. 2,600 dishes. 2,600 dishes. That's how many you wash up every 3 weeks, if yours is a family of 5. Do them better. Do them faster with Lux Liquid Detergent. New Lux Liquid cleans up dishes fast and at less cost than any other detergent. Use the little red cap as a measure and...
1 capful does a dishpan full of dishes.
Super Sudsing Lux Liquid is made especially for washing up. It doesn't just lift the grease off, it dissolves it completely. Dishes drain dry with never a streak or smear. And Lux Liquid is mild, Lux Mild on hands. Milder by far than anything else you can use.
Mild. Lux Mild. Lux Liquid Detergent.
There's no liquid like Lux Liquid. Lever Brothers guarantee it. So get Lux Liquid Detergent in its smart, unbreakable can from your store tomorrow.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the honor to present to you the winner of the 1957 Lever £1,000 Award, Miss Wilga Wollstonecroft. Ladies and gentlemen. Wilga is an Albury girl, but due to the fact that Albury was not included in our schedule last year, she didn't have the opportunity of an appearance from her own hometown. Tonight we'd like to repair that omission, so we've much pleasure in presenting her as our guest artist in this broadcast from Albury. Wilga, you came to us with some very fine performances to your credit, really, didn't you?
Well, Mr. Kidd was very good to me, Mr. Ray Kidd of 2AY. I started my singing publicly at the age of 8 years, and I won my sections in the 2AY talent quests until I was 17, and won the Champion of Champions, the Champion Vocal, the scholarship, 2AY scholarship, and also I had my name inscribed on the Jack Ahern Shield.
That's a very wonderful record, lass. You had quite a number of successes in the Eisteddfods to follow then, didn't you?
Well, I was very fortunate. My greatest thrill was the winning the Championship Junior and also the Riverina Championship. I don't think it's ever been done in Albury or Wagga before.
Sure, that's really very good. Well, you're a worthy award winner, lass. Would you like to sing for us now from your own hometown?
Yes, I'd like to sing Thoughts Have Wings.
Very lovely indeed, too. This is Wilga Wollstonecroft, the 1957 winner of the Lever £1,000 Award, and she sings Thoughts Have Wings.
I have no words to tell thee I love thee. Words are such feeble things, but I have thoughts, sweet tender thoughts about thee, and thoughts have wings. I send them far to seek in their own fashion, to seek and find thy breast, then whisper my love and all my passion, and sink to
Thank you, Wilga. performance indeed. A glorious voice and a very lovely song there, Lisa Lehman's Thoughts Have Wings, sung by Wilga Wollstonecraft. Wilga, I remember in your last appearance with us when you received your £1,000 cheque, you said you were going to study seriously and you hope to concentrate on opera later. What have you been doing?
Yes, I'm studying under Miss Thea Phillips at the University Conservatorium in Melbourne, and I hope one day to make my career in opera.
And you're continuing your studies in the other departments?
Yes, I'm going over to Melbourne shortly, and when I do go over there, I'm going to study stagecraft and deportment, and also I'm going to take on dramatic art. I have done that before, but I'll continue with that.
What about languages, Les?
Also languages. I'll study Italian, German and French.
I see. Well, you certainly have everything in your favor, a wonderful stage appearance, a magnificent voice, and the determination to be a success, and I know that you will.
Thank you
what are
very
you going
much,
to sing
Mr.
for us
King.
this time, Les?
The Flower Song from Faust.
Oh, beautiful. Guest artist, 1957 award winner Wilga Wollstonecraft from Albury sings The Flower Song from Faust.
And your flower that is rarer, oh, proclaim she is fairer, and more precious than ever be. Oh, my life I surrender, with your beauty so tender. Oh, my life I surrender, with your beauty so tender, for the joy would be sweet to die at her feet. Alas, that dark stranger foretold me what my fate must be. Never to touch us in the flower, but it must wither. Suppose I dip my hand in a holy water. Behind the abbey door, while Margarita is at her prayers. Yes, I will try the charm this moment. This is not withered. Avaunt, I mock at thy word. Gentle love lies there, and to tell her from me of my long weary waiting, of my heart worthy beating, while to her in ear I bended my knee. Gentle nurse lies there, and to tell her from me, would she deign but to hear me, and with one smile to cheer me, for a moment so sweet I would die at her feet. I would die to her. I would die, at her feet.
Thank you very much indeed with that very beautiful performance of the Flower Song by award winner Wilga Wollstonecraft. We conclude our show from Albury tonight. Now here is the voting for the 8 competitive acts we've presented tonight.
Soprano Elaine Jeffries, number 1 on the bill, is still leading, but this time with 943 votes. She's followed by act number 4, Dobra Murray, the Western vocal with guitar. He's second with 810. Then comes baritone John Davis, number 3 on the bill, third in the voting with 800 votes. Fourth place goes to act number 2, piano accordionist Barry Haberman. He's fourth with 658 votes, whilst Impressionist Rosalie Kent, number 5, is 5th with 510. 6th place goes to Act number 6, popular pianist Nancy Watkins, 6th with 402 votes, whilst Act number 7, Charles Dawson, the tenor, is 7th with 285. Ron and Una Hunter, Act number 8, the vocal duo with guitar, have already polled 98 votes.
Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, you still have another 30 minutes in which to record your votes for the 8 acts on our bill tonight. Keep our operators busy, won't you, by phoning 289 if you're listening to us in Albury, or BO230 if you're listening to us in Sydney. Postal votes should be addressed Australia's Amateur Hour, Sydney, to reach us by no later than morning mail next Wednesday. And now, with the results of last week's program, here is your announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, next week our show comes to you from the stage of Melbourne's Brunswick Town Hall, when we bring you the 5th semi-final of the Lever £1,000 award for 1958. And now for the amateurs of Australia, this is Harry Dearth saying good night and thanks to you all.
This is Australia's Amateur Hour, signing off from Albury.